How come you kissed him and you didn't kiss me?
I don't have any reason for that, I'm sorry. He's just a very attractive man.
Right?
The story of Diane Lane is one that has always fascinated Hollywood fans, not only because of her talent but also because of the rumors that have followed her throughout her life. Over the years, many headlines have focused on her supposed relationships and scandalous affairs, creating a public image that mixes truth with speculation. However, when we take a closer look, her life appears to be much more about hard work, resilience, and personal growth than gossip. Born in New York City, Diane entered the world of performance at a very young age. Her mother was a nightclub singer, and her father worked as a drama coach and taxi driver. This unusual mix of artistic influence and everyday struggle shaped her early years. Her childhood was not stable, as her parents separated soon after her birth. For a time, she lived with her mother, and later with her father, moving through different parts of New York. These experiences exposed her to both the beauty and harshness of life at a young age. Despite these challenges, Diane showed a strong desire to act, stepping onto the stage when she was just a child. Her early start in theater helped her build confidence and skill, setting the foundation for a career that would later make her one of Hollywood's most respected actresses. As Diane Lane grew older, her journey into acting became more serious and focused. By her early teenage years, she was already performing in professional productions and gaining attention for her natural talent. One of her early big opportunities came when she starred in the film The Outsiders, which introduced her to a wider audience and placed her alongside several rising stars of that time. This period was exciting but also challenging, as she had to balance her education with the demands of acting. Unlike many young actors who struggle to stay grounded, Diane tried to keep her life balanced, even though fame was coming quickly. Her performances showed depth and maturity beyond her years, which made directors and producers take notice. However, early success did not mean everything was easy. Some of her films did not perform well, and she faced moments where her career seemed uncertain. Instead of giving up, she took time to reflect and improve herself. This decision proved important later, as it allowed her to return stronger and more focused. Her early years in Hollywood were not just about fame but also about learning how to survive in a competitive industry. These experiences shaped her into a more thoughtful and determined person, qualities that would help her handle both professional challenges and personal rumors in the years ahead. In the late 1980s and 1990s, Diane Lane experienced a major turning point in her career. After stepping back for a while, she made a strong comeback with powerful performances that reminded audiences of her talent. One of the most important moments during this time was her role in the television miniseries Lonesome Dove, which earned her critical praise and renewed attention. This success opened the door to more meaningful roles, allowing her to explore different types of characters. Instead of choosing only glamorous parts, Diane focused on roles that showed real human emotions and struggles. Her ability to bring honesty and depth to her characters made her stand out in Hollywood. This period also showed her determination, as she worked hard to rebuild her career after earlier setbacks. While many actors fade away after facing difficulties, Diane proved that it is possible to return stronger. Her performances during this time helped change how people saw her, shifting the focus from her early fame to her true acting ability. At the same time, her personal life continued to attract attention, with rumors often linking her to co-stars. However, she remained focused on her work, choosing not to let gossip define her career. This balance between personal challenges and professional success became a key part of her story. The early 2000s marked one of the most successful periods in Diane Lane's career, especially with her role in the film Unfaithful. In this movie, she played a woman caught in a complicated emotional situation, and her performance was both powerful and realistic. This role earned her major award nominations and showed the world that she was capable of delivering deeply emotional performances. The film itself dealt with themes of love, betrayal, and personal conflict, which also contributed to the rumors about her real-life relationships. Because she portrayed such intense emotions on screen, many people believed there might be something similar happening off-screen. However, Diane made it clear that her work was professional and that acting requires creating believable emotions without necessarily reflecting real life. This misunderstanding between acting and reality is common in Hollywood, where audiences sometimes confuse characters with the actors themselves. Despite the rumors, Diane continued to focus on her craft, taking on roles that challenged her and allowed her to grow. Her success during this time proved that she was not just a talented actress but also someone who could handle pressure and public attention with grace. It also helped shift the conversation away from gossip and back toward her abilities as a performer. As her career continued to grow, Diane Lane became known for her versatility, appearing in a wide range of films. From romantic dramas to action movies, she showed that she could adapt to different roles with ease. One notable example is her role in Man of Steel, where she played Martha Kent, the adoptive mother of Superman. This role introduced her to a new generation of viewers and showed her ability to bring warmth and strength to a character. Even in a large superhero film, she managed to make her performance feel personal and real. This ability to connect with audiences is one of the reasons she has remained successful for so long. At the same time, her personal life continued to be a topic of discussion in the media. Stories about her relationships with co-stars often appeared, but most of these were based on speculation rather than confirmed facts. Diane has always maintained that her relationships on set are professional, even when the chemistry on screen appears very real. This highlights an important aspect of acting, where performers must create believable connections without letting them affect their real lives. Her ability to maintain this boundary shows her professionalism and dedication to her work, qualities that have helped her maintain a long and respected career. The rumors about Diane Lane's love life have often focused on her relationships with famous actors, including Richard Gere and Matthew McConaughey. These rumors usually started because of strong on-screen chemistry, which made audiences believe there might be something more happening behind the scenes. In reality, such chemistry is often the result of hard work and mutual respect between actors. Diane has repeatedly explained that these connections are part of the storytelling process and do not necessarily reflect real-life relationships. While it is true that she has had relationships in her personal life, many of the stories reported by the media have been exaggerated or misunderstood. This situation is not unique to Diane Lane, as many actors face similar challenges when their work becomes closely linked to their personal image. What makes her story interesting is how she has handled these rumors over time. Instead of reacting strongly or trying to control every story, she has chosen to focus on her work and let her career speak for itself. This approach has allowed her to maintain a level of privacy while still being open enough to connect with her audience. It also shows a sense of confidence and maturity, as she understands that public attention is part of being a well-known actress. Another important part of Diane Lane's story is her personal growth and resilience. Throughout her life, she has faced challenges not only in her career but also in her personal relationships and family life. Despite these difficulties, she has managed to maintain a positive outlook and continue moving forward. Her experiences have shaped her into a strong and independent person, qualities that are often reflected in the characters she plays. Over time, she has become more open about her life, but she remains careful about what she shares with the public. This balance between openness and privacy is important, especially in an industry where personal details are often used for entertainment. Diane's ability to stay grounded despite fame is one of her most admirable qualities. She has shown that success is not just about talent but also about character and perseverance. Her journey serves as an example of how it is possible to overcome challenges and build a meaningful career, even in a highly competitive environment. By focusing on her work and staying true to herself, she has created a legacy that goes beyond rumors and headlines. In the end, the story of Diane Lane is not really about scandalous affairs or shocking revelations, but about a woman who has built a successful career through talent, hard work, and determination. While rumors will always be a part of Hollywood, they do not define who she is or what she has achieved. Her journey shows that it is possible to rise above gossip and focus on what truly matters. From her early days in New York to her success in major films, she has remained dedicated to her craft and committed to telling meaningful stories. The idea that she has finally spoken about her rumored affairs may attract attention, but the real truth is much simpler. Diane Lane has always been clear about her professionalism and the difference between her roles and her real life. her story reminds us that not everything we hear is true and that it is important to look beyond headlines to understand a person's true character. As she continues her career, there is no doubt that she will keep inspiring audiences with her performances, proving that talent and integrity are more powerful than any rumor. As Diane Lane continued to grow in her career, she became known not just for her beauty or screen presence, but for the emotional honesty she brought to her roles. Many actors can deliver lines and follow a script, but Diane had a special ability to make her characters feel real and deeply human. This quality became even more noticeable as she took on more mature roles. Instead of relying on fame alone, she carefully selected projects that allowed her to explore different emotions and situations. This thoughtful approach helped her avoid being typecast, which is a common problem in Hollywood. While some actors are remembered for playing the same type of character again and again, Diane built a career based on variety. She could play a loving mother, a struggling wife, or a strong independent woman with equal ease. This flexibility made her valuable to directors and respected by critics. At the same time, her personal life continued to attract attention, often overshadowing her professional achievements. However, those who truly followed her career understood that her success came from hard work and dedication rather than the rumors that surrounded her. Over time, audiences began to focus more on her performances and less on gossip, which helped strengthen her position as a serious actress. One of the most interesting aspects of Diane Lane's journey is how she managed to stay relevant in an industry that constantly changes. Hollywood is known for being unpredictable, where trends come and go quickly, and many actors struggle to maintain long-term success. Yet Diane has remained a familiar and respected name for decades. This is partly because she adapted to changes in the industry while staying true to her style. As new generations of actors entered the scene, she did not try